Hello, I'm Tomas Regalado,
I'm Raquel Regalado.
and today we will continue with the story of the Regalado, especially on the political life of this family. Welcome back. Everybody said, "No, I'm so busy working," and I said, "Guys, we have to participate. You have to understand that you have different." Ways to save money and not pay taxes. I mean, everybody is saying reduce my taxes, but I mean, file an application for homestead exemption,
Right.
and then your taxes will be reduced. It's like, I wish I win the lottery. Buy a ticket,
Right. Well, you're doing an amazing job. So, Dad, I want to talk a little bit about our relationship, because one of the things that we're going to be doing in this podcast is talking about a lot of different topics. And, I've always said it. I won the lottery of birth. You're like the best dad in the world, but you're also my favorite person. So it's not just that you're my dad. You and I are actually great friends. You're my neighbor.
Right.
Yes, you're my neighbor. And we talk all the time, and we see each other all the time. And we've always been like this. It's not like a new thing. We've
Right.
always been two peas in a pod.
Right.
So I made you some cookies because this is what you used to make me for breakfast when
Okay.
Mom wasn't around.
Okay.
So my dad would let me eat cookies.
And by the way, something that I should admit, when you were growing and Tommy were growing, I traveled a lot.
Yes.
And your mom will take you everywhere and anywhere to your.
But I was always a
classes.
difficult child.
Yeah. But and then she started traveling, doing international things.
And I went with her.
And sometimes you went with her, so you learn the trade of journalism and international reporting. But when she was traveling, I used to do what she let me do,
Including cookies for breakfast.
Including cookies for breakfast, or including taking you and Tommy to a movie that was X-rated, and when she came back, I said,
Oh, yeah, this is the funniest story. So my dad loves movies. We used to go to the movies all the time, but then when Mom wasn't around, you really didn't have, you just took us to see the wrong type of movies.
like action movies.
Like action movies, right. So the first one that was traumatic was you took us to see Jaws.
Yes.
You took us to Jaws, and then you took us to Key Biscayne to the beach the next day.
Yeah.
And we were
scared.
traumatized.
Yeah,
we would not get in the water.
Right.
We would not get in the
But
water.
the worst thing wasn't that one.
No, that wasn't the worst one. The worst one is my dad took us to see the best little whorehouse in Texas.
Yeah.
And he told us not to tell my mom. And then fast forward, one day I see Dolly Parton on TV.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is she doing on television?
And you took her to see little house orientation.
But I still did. I still love Dolly Parton. But you also, you took us. How many times did you? Well, we won't even get into Disney and how many times you guys took us to Disney. But how many times?
Actually, because your mom and I work in Disney.
You used to do the remote.
We used to do remote shows from Disney.
So as kids, we used to go once a month to Disney.
Once a month, yeah.
Insane in the 70s and 80s.
At
Nobody went to Disney.
the time, Disney will hire a radio station in Miami to promote Disney in Orlando, and they will pay the station for us to go there. We will get in a hotel and broadcast from there, interview
so one
the
of you would
character.
do the broadcast, and then the other one would take us to
the park.
Yes. But you also took us a million times to the Kennedy Space Center.
Right.
Because we were obsessed. And Tommy wanted to be an astronaut.
Yeah,
right.
Tommy wanted to be an astronaut.
And even though you get dizzy, you cannot get on a boat, you cannot get on a merry-go-round, you are dizzy looking at it,
right.
You applied for the astronaut program so that we could get a behind-the-scenes look at the Kennedy Space Center. So can you tell us the story of when you tried to become an astronaut?
NASA came out with several programs. teacher on the space.
Right, the Challenger disaster.
And journalist in space.
Yes.
So the qualifications to be a journalist in space was you got to at least be bilingual. Check.
Check, right?
You got to be fit physically at that time. Check. Not now. I never said that I got dizzy, but you got to understand the news and be able to report the news by every and all mediums, meaning radio, TV, because you have to broadcast from space. Well, the fact of the matter, the bottom line is that I made the cut.
Right.
To the 100 then, and I made another cut, and they gave me a diploma.
And they let us go. They let us go and see.
Yeah, and see they have behind the scenes.
Thomas and I thought you were the coolest person on the planet at that moment.
But then the Challenger happened.
Yes, and the Challenger disaster happened.
The Challenger happened. Krista McCoffin was the teacher that died in that space tragedy.
It was tragic.
And then it was in. So I never got to prove if I got dizzy on a spaceship.
But you were an amazing dad, and you always were supporting us in all of these things. Now, Bella and Sebas think that you're the coolest because you were on Ballers. Can you tell us about your episode of Ballers that my kids are obsessed with?
Yeah. Ballers was Andy Garcia. I knew him since he was beginning his career. He's an iconic person for the Cuban American community. So Andy Garcia were writing a script about a restaurant that was opening on the Miami River, and so they said, let's get the mayor to do.
So you were on Ballers as the mayor of the city of Miami?
As the mayor of the city of Miami.
When you were the mayor of the city of Miami?
When I was the mayor of the city of Miami. So they told me, the producer went to City Hall, mayor, we would like to invite, we got The Rock, who is the owner of the restaurant, and the bad guy is our friend Andy Garcia, and you will have to cut the ribbon and do the restaurant and whatever. So everything was okay, and I said, well, how long would that take? No, that would take maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 hours. Okay, we'll go to the river. We were to the river next to Casablanca, and they had all these people sitting and drinking on the table. They're all, actors, by filming HBO, filming Ballers, and all that. So one scene said, they started filming, and The Rock said, well, thank you for coming to the opening of my new restaurant. I want to thank my friend, the mayor of Miami, Tomas Regalado, for coming here on this special date. And I stood up and said, thank you very much. And the director said, cut! Cut! I said, why? I said, you cannot talk. If you talk, we have to pay you. So you cannot talk.
Just wave.
Just wave.
Which is what you do in the episode.
Yeah.
He mentions your name, you wave.
So, but we spend 10 hours.
Yeah.
No, we got to do it again.
And Seba has watched this episode 10 million times. He thinks it's the coolest thing in the world.
Just wave. Remember, Mayor, don't talk. Right. No, don't talk. But as Ballers continue be filmed in Miami, I spoke to Andy Garcia, and he said, we're leaving to Georgia.
Yes, because of the credits.
We're leaving to Georgia. The state of Florida doesn't have any more film credits,
yeah.
And we're taking all the production.
Burn Notice too. That happened with
Burn Notice next to City Hall.
Yeah, happened with Burn Notice.
In my office in City Hall, I saw Burn Notice being filmed in the old Dinner Key Auditorium where they film, and I see the people running over the boat and shooting and all that.
But I will say, and we have to talk about my two favorite things that you've done. The first is Escape from Havana. So you were a Peter Pan for a very, very long time.
It was an
MSNBC.
MSNBC documentary.
So you didn't talk about Peter Pan for a very long time. When Abuelo and Abuela were alive, you never spoke about Peter Pan.
Right.
And then I heard that they were doing this documentary. I submitted your information without telling you. I took the pictures, I took everything. They picked you to be in the documentary, but at the time...
Because I was a mayor of Miami.
Right. Well, I submitted it before.
Yeah.
But by the time they got to you, you were the mayor of Miami.
Right.
And you were in that movie. Can you tell us about that documentary? Because it really is amazing. And it's such a gift to my kids, and to our family, because it tells your story as a Peter Pan.
But Raquel, the problem is that first of all, we don't have that many people here with historic memory.
Agree.
Everybody do not remember how many thousands of Cubans went through the Freedom Tower.
But we're changing that now. We're turning it into...
Hopefully, about time. Everyone do not remember that the Miami Marine Stadium was the site for Our Lady of Charity yearly mass.
We'll do an episode on your fourth child.
My fourth child.
His fourth child is the Miami Marine Stadium.
The Miami Marine Stadium that unfortunately the city of Miami have forgotten. But anyway,
we'll get to it.
And I think that is important because some people, the bad people, like the people that do not want to admit that immigrants can do better, that we had a city that was a dormant village and it became a world metropolis. It's because of the Cuban American immigration, and then the Central American, and then the Dominican, and all those immigration, and they're trying to rewrite the story.
Right.
So it is important to have a documentary like that were very well done.
Yeah.
They have done several, and they have written books, but they have.
You've done a lot of Peter Pan movies. There's been a lot of exposition, Peter Pan 1, Peter Pan 2. Really amazing the work that's been done to capture that era and all of the people.
Actually, now in October, the board of directors of the Big Fight Club, which is an iconic.
It is. That's a part of Miami history.
It's a part of Miami history.
Who didn't dance at Quinces at the Big Five?
Isabella did.
Yes, Isabella's Quinces were at the Big Five.
Isabella
we honored our Miami traditions.
Yeah, Isabella is.
My Quinces, not so much. I didn't have a Quinces. Tell that story another day.
Neither do I, but that's okay. We were poor at that time. But anyway, they have. There have an event in October to award for the first time a special prize recognition to two Peter Pan that they think are part of the modern Miami history. It's Willie Chirino and myself.
Yes.
And so Willie is a Peter Pan, and
there's a lot of amazing Peter Pans. Max Albert, there's like a lot of amazing.
Max Albert.
Yeah, there's a lot of amazing.
Armando Codina.
There's a few that not so amazing, but that, like, we'll say like 95%.
No, but there are most of them.
Yes, but so the other thing, what I think is the coolest is you were a Jeopardy question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was honestly like
Who's
as a nerd. Yes, as a nerd. When I was watching Jeopardy and you were.
Yeah, and it just happened
It just
random.
happened. We didn't know.
We didn't know.
Randomly.
We just were watching.
We're watching Jeopardy, and the the answer was Tomas Regalado, and the question was Cuban-born mayor of the city of Miami.
Right.
Yes, and they got it right.
Yeah, they got it right.
They got it right. We were like, oh my God, you're a Jeopardy question. And
No, but the question was, who is Tomas Regalado?
Right, who is Tomas Regalado?
And some lady said, he was a Cuban-born mayor of the city of Miami.
Right, yeah.
They didn't pay anything to me.
No, we didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
So, like, you always wonder, like, how do people become Jeopardy questions? Like, they don't call you. They don't call you. You're just watching Jeopardy one day, and you are the Jeopardy question.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was like the coolest thing. Well, Dad, you and I get to work together now. We worked together before when I was on the school board and you were the mayor. We did a lot of things together.
Right.
And now, obviously, we both get to go to the same place. We're both at Government Center, and we do a lot of things together. You are my best friend. You're an amazing father. And if you weren't my father, you would be my best friend. And I think this podcast is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about a lot of different things that you and I share in common. And a lot of things, we've also disagreed on things. I sued you once, So,
yeah, in the city of Miami, yeah. Yeah, you sued me, right. But that's okay.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Yes, he agreed with me. He did agree with me, but I did sue you. We always tell people that joke. But when we talk about the work that I'm doing and the work that I've done, I always tell everyone you have been an amazing role model, and you've really shown me how one person can really change the face of our community. So I want to thank you for that. I want to welcome everyone. We're going to be doing more of these. We're going to be talking about a lot of cool things. So we hope that you will join us.
Thank you.
And with that, you get your cookie, Dad.
Thank you.
You get your cookie. See you next time.